Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss out on my most awesome videos. In front of us is the Retekess TR641. This is an AM/FM cassette radio with Bluetooth MP3 player recorder. Rock on. Say that 5 times fast. You can find this retailing on Amazon for $42.99, or you can get it on sale like I did and wait for a coupon, 15% off, bringing the price down to $36.50. Rock on! If you like this radio and you want to support the channel, there are some affiliate links down below. Check them out. They're paid links. I get a little small commission if you decide to purchase. Awesome, and it rolls back to the channel and no additional cost to you. Thank you very much. You guys are the best. Keeps me reviewing these things. I mean, Retekess comes out with a new radio every other day, just like Prunis does. So, yeah, Retekess. So they got a cool thing here. They got multi-market with this one here. You can see US, Europe, UK. Funny thing is US and our FM is 76 to 108, so that's interesting. We start out at 87.75, technically. So, there you are. All right, great. So, yeah, it comes in a brown box, pretty basic. Let's see what we get in the box. So in the box, we get to start a show. The 641, but there we are, looking pretty cool. I like it. First impressions, pretty neat looking radio. I like the metal on the side here. Tape deck off to this corner. It's cool. I do like it. It's unique. It's different than everything else. That's what you got to have nowadays. Something different. AC power. This is fantastic. You get this. You can start your radio, Bluetooth, whatever you're doing right away. You don't need batteries. Hey, hallelujah, right? That's amazing. And then, of course, we get a manual, which is over here for some reason. All right, so Retekess TR641. Now, this is pretty quick. It's real small printing, so I'll try to cover everything here. I don't know if you guys are going to get any information if I just do this, but I'll do it anyway, because in case I miss something, maybe I can zoom in on my own video and tell you what it's about. Because I tend to miss stuff, and you know, I'm human, I think. So yeah, why would you want this? This is cool. This is for the person who's into cassettes. If you love recording on cassettes, you're going to like this radio. You can make mixtapes with your SD cards. So you can put music onto your SD card and record it to tape. Beautiful. Who would have thought reversing engineering, right? Going down in technology. Downgrade, right? That's a thing, though. You know, they do that with computers. They're doing that all the time. So this is interesting that we're getting a downgrade with this. That you can do that. But people love it. People are making cassette tapes, mixed tapes right now and having a great time. Something we did in the 80s. So I think people are reliving the 80s. There you go. USB player does quite a bit. Some of the buttons are a little different than what you'd expect them normally to do, which is a little annoying. But yeah, we'll have to get into that. Bluetooth player and I think just random stuff on the side. Okay. That is done. So we'll get rid of this cord and let's get to the radio dimensions. 8 3/4 inches in length. Yeah, it's pretty long. Yeah, you'll see when I do a size comparison in a moment. Height is 4 1/4 inches and front to back is 2 1/4 inches. Nice. So for size comparison, I always have my little culprits handy. I got CC Pocket in the house. Current time is 11:26 p.m. That's Central Standard Time and I'm near Chicago, Illinois, USA. For the sake of any band scans we do, which we will, we're going to cover AM and FM since this is an AM/FM radio. I was surprised it had AM, and I was kind of skeptical on how good it would be, and I'm pleasantly surprised with the AM performance. So you know me and my AM medium wave, I'm all into it. So Skywave in the house, give you an idea for size. Again, it looks like it's big. It's definitely longer than most radios, but it's not as big as you think. So if you don't have those two radios, we always have somebody to help us out. Iron Man. Playing cards. He's the man with the master plan. He loves Retekess tape cassette recorders from China land. Ding, 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 ding. He's Iron Man. Yes. Iron Man. He rocks. These are cool cards. All right, great. So, let's talk about features of the TR641. Like the naming convention, they do a bunch of different ones. This is cool. So, Yeah, let's start from left side and just go over all the buttons and different things it has. So it has a switch here. So we have tape off, so that's the center. Up is radio, and down is your USB, SD card, and Bluetooth mode. There's our USB thumb drive hookup. Our micro SD card slot, which I'm thinking up to 32 gigabytes, should be acceptable, even though I didn't say it in the manual. Headphone jack is not FM stereo or stereo from the micro. So yeah, I couldn't test the cassette because I don't have any stereo cassettes, believe it or not. I only have mono cassettes with programming, not music, old-time radios shows. But yeah, experience-wise, it's okay. It's not horrible to listen to. It's not the best, but it's okay. It's like in between. There's no low-level hiss, which is good. But again, no stereo, which is an annoyance. I wish it did have stereo. But on FM, expect moderate lows, moderate mids, moderate highs. It's kind of weird. It's all right in the middle. AM, expect nice low neutral tone, which I liked. Tape, again, moderate lows, but it has strong mids and moderate highs. And then when you go to the MP3 player, it changes it up by adding strong lows, moderate mids, and moderate highs. So interesting how it moves around a little bit audio-wise. Didn't expect that. That's how it is, though. Going to the front, we got a display. I think it just shows basic information for your tape position and track on your Bluetooth or MP3 player. Again, very simple. I believe it lights up white. Our buttons, straightforward, USB, SD card. You can pick which one you want to use if you have both populated. Right here we have a file button. So you have normal playback on your MP3 card, and you hit the file, and it goes right to the record file. So you can have it set to go right to the record, what you just recorded, and you can listen to that and make sure it sounds good. Over here we have our previous, which is kind of weird on a MP3 player because it track backs, track forward, but does not rewind or fast forward on the MP3 player, which you need on a radio like this. So Retekess, if you're watching this, you kind of got to have 2 extra buttons if you're going to do this. What they do instead, if you press and hold them, is they skip ahead 10 files and go back 10 files. So previous is -10, next is +10. That's a handy thing when you have a lot of files, but I'd rather have fast forward. That's just me personally. Repeat function. So you got to repeat all, repeat once over and over, and you got to repeat random. So that's kind of nice, indicated by different symbols on the display. Record, just how it says. The MP3 player records the tape, which is good. So if you're recording from tape to SD, you can do that. It just won't probably be in stereo, probably be in mono. It's gonna just record in mono, unfortunately, I believe, since the output on the headphone jack is not stereo. But yeah, it'll do that. It won't record the radio, unfortunately. It does not record radio. Some people are gonna be bummed out by that, but it is what it is. It does record the microphone, which is nice. So there's a microphone right here. So it will record the microphone. So it does do that. Bluetooth, so you hit this to go to Bluetooth. Bluetooth worked flawlessly for me, so it should for you. Our tape player area, going to the top of the radio, you can see it's got the buttons for it, which is a little interesting if you look at these buttons. They're a little bit backwards, how I remember as a kid. So you got the eject button. Yay, we got a cassette in there. And what are we listening to? We're listening to Lucille Ball, My Favorite Husband, Suspense, or Abbott and Costello's Show. So we'll listen to Abbott and Costello's Show. Awesome. So we have that. Stop. Fast forward seems to go in the wrong direction. It's going that way, which usually is rewind. So that's got me confused. And then we got rewind going that way. And then we got play going that way. So somebody's doing the directions wrong here. These should be turned. Play button goes that way. Fast forward goes that way. Rewind goes that way. What's going on? I don't know. It might be a Chinese thing where they just don't know how to do the right reverse thing. So if you're going to make it for the U.S. market, guys, you got to get this right. This is wrong. So but that's me. That's just nitpicking. Record. Yay. So just remember, yeah, this records the microphone. This records the radio. This records off your SD cards. I don't think it records Bluetooth, but it does all that, which is quite a bit if you're into recording with tapes. I'm not, so I can't really test that. Band select switch, AM, FM. Our tuner right here. Pretty sweet setup. I do like this. This is nice. Smooth. It tunes rather well. It's not a DXing machine, but it picks up stations. I was picking up BZ, WBZ out of Boston. 880 miles, clear signal with my AC cord, by the way. So it does not add any hum to the radio. Beautiful thing. You expect it was going to do that, but it didn't. Rock on. So going to the right-hand side of the radio, we have volume control. We have AC input. Going back again, whoops, to the top. There is a handle here. You probably should be using it. A whip antenna. Our whip antenna is 19 inches and swivels. Woohoo, it swivels. Sweet thing. And as a holder. Okay, the handle is not its high point. It's loose. Yeah. And it's like, it reminds me of the 306. The Sony 306 is this like little wimpy thing. I don't feel like it's going to hold up very well. This is kind of a heavy radio with the batteries in it. So yeah, and it's kind of a wimpy handle. See how wimpy that is? Yeah, you know what, Retekess, you got to beef that up. Beef that handle. It doesn't even lock in. I thought it locked in, but it doesn't. So yeah, the back of the radio, we got some information there. You can read that if you need to. And it runs on 4 AA batteries stacked on each other. So 2 down below, 2 above. There is a strap to help you remove the batteries. And then there's our transformer for the AC. Beautiful. All right, great. So let's go ahead and talk about FM reception, and we'll turn it on and do some demoing. So FM reception report real quick. I do a fair, okay, good, very good, excellent, a 5-star thing. And most radios are analog, and they're typically average is around 48 to 50 stations. This is a DSP chip. They usually score higher. This one did not. I don't know why. Probably because it's not a great selectivity on its tuner, but you know, it's good enough. I mean, if you're looking for just strong stations, this will be perfect. It scored 50 stations found, so an okay to good rating, 2.5 star, so average rating. And it selectivity was okay to good as well. So there's that going for it. So yay! Here's a fingerprint magnet. As you can see, it's picking up the oils of my hand. That's a thing, even though it's matte finish. Darn it. But yeah, FM reception is average. It's not above average, it's average. Maybe you hook up a wire to it, you get more stations. I don't know. It is what it is. You have to play around with this a lot to get stations into. So, but we'll demo that. So let's go to the SD mode and play some files off there. Then we'll play They'll play the tape, and then we'll go to the radio. So going down, we're selecting the TF card, which is right here. It's going to start our display. I don't know if you can read that. Cool. Turn it up. We'll play a few minutes. Oh, I wanted to mention the volume's reversed too as well. Usually down is off and up is higher, right? Right? Up, higher, down, low. No, it's different. Two-inch speaker, by the way, behind the metal enclosure.
Hello, Duffy's Tavern. Where do you late meet the Archie the manager speaking. Duffy ain't here. Oh, hello, Duffy. Well, it looks like spring is here. Yes, spring. And the whole world kind of lousy with Mother Nature's wonders. Well, I might start this thing over again. Duffy's Tavern, where do you leave? Spring and the whole world out.
So there you go. We got old-time radio shows on the SD card, and now we can switch over to tape. But I did want to mention, 2-inch speaker. It has a bright tonal quality, which sounds pretty decent. I like it. I do like this wraparound metal. It looks pretty cool. I got to show that. I went pretty quick. But yeah, really nice. Also want to mention that the MP3 player will remember where you're at. So like right now, it's a minute in, I believe. I pause. If I turn off the radio and go back, say we go back to it, now it's off. You should remember where we left off.
Hello, Duffy's Tavern.
Okay, so it only remembers like the first few seconds. But yeah, so it remembers the track, but not track position.
Duffy? Well, it looks like spring is here. Yes, spring. And the whole world kind of lousy with Mother Nature's wonders.
Okay, cool. So you get the idea. So now we're on tape. So we just hit play for tape. That's pretty basic. So we're going to rewind that. We don't want music. Okay, stop and eject. That's still rewinding. Okay, I hit eject and it popped while it was still going. Beautiful. What's up with that? If you stop or eject, it should stop the drive motor. Wow, that's a weird thing, huh? All right.
Matilda, what are you doing out of school?
My teacher sent me home because I kissed a little boy.
You kissed a boy?
Well, it wasn't exactly a kiss. We were eating the same liquor stick and I chewed past my hand.
Now look, Matilda, will you please go home?
I can't. I'll get lost.
Oh, no, you won't. The train stops at every station.
Why does it stop at every station, Uncle Louie?
Because it's a milk train.
Do they have to milk it at every station?
How do you like a little kid, 3.5 years old, wants to know if you have to milk a train? Milk a train.
So there you go. Pretty simple playback, though it's a little unique in its operation. There, stop. I don't know why it ejects when it hits stop. What the? Let me try this again. Okay, play. Stop. Okay, I must be bumping the... Oh, that eject button's so sensitive, guys. I mean, I kept popping when I was just handling the radio, and I thought, it's just me bumping the button, but that thing barely. Look at that. Okay, so that's, I guess, cool if you're into ejecting it quickly. Oh, there's a lot of jokes could be said with that. But anyway, yeah, right on, right? So, there it is, the tape player. Very basic, very simple. Radio, AM, FM. We're going to go cruise the bands, yeah. So, oh yeah, I also want to mention recording capability on the SD card. People are going to want to know. I did look at the file and checked out what it did, and the recording that the SD card makes records at 128 kilobits per second at 32 kilohertz range. So it's average. It's good for, like I said, audio, like podcasts, like news programs, talk radio, stuff like that, like coast to coast. If you record coast to coast to cassette, well, you're in luck with this radio. Well, no, you're not in luck with this radio. Oh, wait, you are. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, the only way you can record radio is with the tape deck. The SD card doesn't do it, unfortunately. So you have to use your cassette tapes. All right, so I'm hooking up a wire because I'm in a subfloor basement so we can get FM reception. So I'm going to switch over to FM, make sure I'm at the bottom of the band. We're going to switch the radio on. Cool. I'll go up the FM band. I can't hover much on the music, and then we'll go to the AM band. So, yeah, I mentioned the FM reception was average. Oh, you know what? We're not picking up much because 76, so zip up the dial.
Doomed because his compassions fail not.
Yeah, I've been hit with some punches.
Early, welcome to the program.
Hi, Debbie. How are you, dear?
I'm doing well, thank you.
The dog before the print is found at the end of my road. Back to LA, and that's where you'll be forgotten. Just to the hurt. Fragment to call me.
Happening now. $5 for adults and $4 for kids. But hurry, their Power Sports will buy your bike. ATV's magical rate.
Christmas Eve.
I was 3 months old.
Arch supports inside them and had me walk down one end of the
Attention Sexual Abuse Helpline.
You take off that
A $50 per month single. KKVFM, Racine, Milwaukee, from the Gruber Law Offices studio. All right, feed 100.7, the Mills only hip-hop and R&B, and home of the Breakfast Club.
And right now,
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your...
So you'll save big on 3 great gifts. Only at Verizon. Service plan required for watch and tap.
everybody.
Share a memory or give never. Find the most exciting gift for. That's com/. Hands with Allstate. Immerse yourself. My good night.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Y ahora, más música.
What do I get for my birthday? Sunday. What do I get for my birthday? You gotta put. Can you please do the most?
Otras recibes un cinturón gratis.
Station's kind of bunched up at the end there. But it takes a little bit of finagling here, but you can get your stations in most of them. So it's quite a bit, actually, from what you heard. So that's coming off. Rock on. Let's go to the AM band, and then we'll do some final thoughts on this radio. So AM band, switch it up here. Boom. Bring it on down. This one I can go all the way down, I think. And yeah, we'll hear what we can hear. I'll just scroll one of them comment. We'll just rock and roll here. If I catch a distant station, maybe I'll mention something, but we're just going to go.
And that could be you. So call QC Kinetics now, today. Say goodbye to shoulder.
Let me finish this.
So unlike you. I think there's still the fear that that's happening with Darnold. That like, okay, he's on a magical run.
Regal come out with the final. You know,
There's 3 times be well groomed. Call 844-IL-LIFTS or visit allaboutaccess.com.
I think this is Zoomer Radio, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles in northeast.
A shock because, again, he's been absent for pretty much, since...
So you doing it?
You're the best, Cuomo. Thank you.
Best. Cuomo, weeknights at 7, only on News Nation. News for all Americans. Watch News Nation on Xfinity Channel 223, DirecTV Channel 307, and Dish Channel 207. Or go to newsnationnow.com. This is the story of the one.
President. You're still telling a lie after you...
Baby, when you touch...
Days is the final chapter of an epic...
Keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same reliable coverage as the leading carriers for less. And for a limited time, new customers receive their second month free when they sign up
on binary. And you features like Threat Protection Pros.
Oh, by the way, the Giants are in the opposite direction. I mean...
Une part, c'est pas une anomalie qu'un jour on va réussir à enfermer dans une boîte, puis de mettre...
CJBC, Toronto.
C'est une dimension fondamentale.
State, though they have the ability to throw the ball down the field, they also have 2 stud running backs. They have average, so Tennessee's going to have to slow down both of those backs.
Interest right now are artificially low. When you keep interest rates...
Before they plan to come back together to make music. Until then,
On a shopping spree.
Truck app.
He's not about
People that are paralyzed or something like that. But I believe they're going forward.
University and seminary. His current study is called The Promise of Christmas. Being diminished in society and just...
Now it's worth 100. And when you pull into the parking lot, we're not all Barney Stinsons around
here. Lives and highly productive organizations are saying, I've had it.
Believe me.
Okay, we're done. Yeah, it's just pretty basic tuning. Expect good locals. During the day, it was great on locals and good on semi-locals. So I was pretty impressed all the way up the dial, all the way to the top. It's got a unique AM style tuning. It's kind of like, if you noticed it kind of like sheared in between the sound. It didn't step in between what you hear on the FM. So interesting how they handled the medium wave. Now there's some receivers I've had it before that did that, and some people love that. And they say it's actually easier to tune, and it does sound kind of like an analog in a way, even though it's still a digital signal processor. So the AM is actually pretty decent on here. I had some clear audio coming in last night, like I said, from WBZ, which is 880 miles away. Yeah, it's a big tower and everybody can pick it up. But it was good. It sounded fantastic, and that was with the AC adapter hooked up. So, final thoughts on the Retekess TR641. Is it for you? Is it for me? Is it for anybody? Let's find out. So, what do I like about this radio? Yeah, well, it's got decent audio. It's a bright audio. I'm into bright audio, so it having a smaller speaker here is not a bad thing. I'm enjoying that. It's for me, it sounds fantastic, especially for playing your Bluetooth radio shows, MP3s, or your tapes. If you have any, if you're into programming as far as talk radio and things like that. If you're into music, it's okay, but it's not going to blow you away because we're missing a speaker over here. If we had another speaker over here, then it'd be pretty cool, and everything being stereo would be awesome. And then, yeah, that's what I wanted to say in my dislikes and wants, but we hit it early. AC operation, yeah, I can't emphasize enough of how cool that is to have AC operation on this type of device. You're doing a lot of recording, you're going to want AC power. You're not going to want the 4AA batteries. They're just not going to last you. The 4AAs are when you want to go out in the wilderness and record wildlife sounds for, say, your music production. You're into making samples. You can make samples with this radio. Think of it that way. Pretty cool. It's a cassette. People like cassette sound, the hiss it kind of makes when it records. So there's that. What else? Bluetooth. I do like the Bluetooth. It was seamless. Fantastic tape deck. Having a tape deck is nice. Just a very sensitive eject button. And it ejects when it's still rewinding or fast forwarding, which is an odd thing, but it's good for podcasts, like I mentioned, and good for talk radio. You can make mixtapes from your SD card. That's cool. So you can curate your own collection of mixtapes real easily on the computer. Just throw over your favorite songs and record them. Make your mixtape. That's freaking great. I love it. I mean, how could you not like that? That's freaking amazing. So dislikes and wants. I wish it had, stereo sound, like I mentioned. An improved handle. That handle on the back is kind of crummy, unfortunately. And the big one is recording AM/FM radio directly to the SD card. That the little $15 V115 can do. Come on, Retekess, you make that radio. Why can't this radio do the same thing as your little baby Retekess $15 radio can do? I don't know. That's something that I think this radio should be able to do totally. And another cool thing would be, yeah, add the screen from the VV115 on here so you have more information. That's a great thing, having the ability to see the name of the song, on the SD card. That'd be cool. I mean, yeah. Overall, is this radio for everyone? No, it's not. It gets a maybe recommendation from me. It's not an be-all, end-all. They sell some CD boomboxes that do more. So for this to be even on the radar, you have to have a particular use case scenario. You love cassettes and you want to make tapes. That's what this is for. It's for that. And it's pretty much for podcasts and for news and talk programming, not necessarily for music. So there's that point of view on this radio. So it's kind of like the moderate. It's $36 isn't bad price wise. 40, no, it's not worth $40. But at $36, $35, it's a buy in that maybe category. It's got to fit your use case scenario. Will I be using this a ton? Probably not, though the AC option's nice. And if I have to listen to a lot of cassette tapes, I have the option to do it without using batteries. I'll probably grab this first because grabbing a boombox, it's just too big. This is nice because, again, it's small, kind of shelf-sized radio with the power going out the side, which is good. You can go right up against the back, say in a kitchen and that, or like I said, a cabinet. So yeah, it's perfect for that. So yeah, hopefully that helps you guys out. If you enjoyed this video, give a big like. 2, if you like Retekess brand, which a lot of you do, hit subscribe at the bell icon, get notified of future videos and deals. I like to post those in the community section, as most of you know. And 3, comment below what you think about the Retekess TR641. Any highlights you like to tell me that I missed something that probably I should bring up to you? Do you like what it offers? Do you not like what it offers? Those things help. And if the manufacturer is watching this or reads those comments, they might make adjustments to a radio like this. And you might find some changes and something fits you perfectly. So something to keep in mind. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.